Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to change the oxygen sensors upstream and downstream on this 2004 Audi A4 convertible. First thing we're going to do is read the codes using this diagnostic tool, which you can buy at Walmart for a couple of bucks. And here's the codes. We got the P0036 and it's the O2 heater control. And we have the P0141, which is for the also the heater control. Hold on. Yes, heater circuit. Okay, so I believe that the oxygen sensor might be burnt out. Basically, the number 2 on the sensor gives it away, but Google here, let's just check in Google anyway. It says that in most cars, bank 1 sensor 2 is a downstream oxygen sensor located after the catalytic converter. Okay, so let's find that. Okay, so let me show you guys where that is located. Here's the catalytic converter. Okay, that is the exhaust manifold coming out of the engine. Okay, here's the bank 1 sensor 1, and then I'm just gonna move the camera in here. And if we keep following the catalytic converter, you can see that the sensor is over here. I'll make a zoom in. There it is. Now, before removing any of the sensors or any sensor, you should disconnect the negative terminal. So in this vehicle, you can find that there. That's the battery. We're just gonna loosen this up. This one was already loose, and get that out of the way. So now we can disconnect the sensors. After disconnecting the battery, we're just gonna take this cover off. It's supposed to have 3 fasteners, but in this case they're missing, so we just get it off. Next, we're gonna loosen up those the hose. Okay, I've already used the flathead and got it loose. Okay, we're gonna remove this bracket here using a 10mm. Same hose, we're gonna remove this one. It's a 10mm as well. Next, we're gonna remove this hose here. To get that, I'm gonna remove this clamp. What I'm trying to do is trying to gently pry this out with this tool so that I can pull on it. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna need both hands, so I'll just show you guys the after. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Go. Okay, and we also need to remove, there's a bolt that holds it right there, and then there's another one that holds it. So let me get those out. To get those out, you want to use a number 8. And you can either do it like this, slowly turn it, and I'm not going to bore you guys with this, but it's also number 8 over here. Okay. Get those off. Okay, here we go. We got those off. Now we're going to use an Allen to remove these. So there's one here, and then there's another one over there. Next, what you want to do is remove this hose here. As you can see, I already got it started. With the flathead screwdriver, you want to just start prying it out until you get it loose enough to, you know, to remove by hand or with the tool. There is another Allen bolt that you want to remove right there. Okay, everything should be loose, so I'm going to try to pull it off from this side. See you guys how it looks. And now we have a little bit more access to the oxygen sensor. So now, since it's a hard to reach area, we're going to use this special tool. It's basically a 7x8 or a 22 millimeter, and it's got a slit here, and it's got a spot to add the or insert the ratchet. That's how I was able to get it in this on the sensor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap the top here to see if I can get it to loosen up. Okay, so I finally got it loose, but what worked was that I got this one, put it in, okay, and then it wasn't going all the way in, but I got it as close as I could to the firewall side, okay, and then once I got it, you know, as close to the sensor as possible, I tapped it on top with the hammer so it was really tight, and then I pulled it a little bit, okay. And once I did that, you know, I just used a combination of this with the actual sensor tool and this ratchet, you know, with the converter to just, you know, ratchet it out. So now I got it to the point where I can use my hand and get it out. This is what that sensor looks like. Okay, now we're gonna come on the driver's side, okay, and we're gonna get as many cables as we can out of the way. And what we're going to try to remove, let's see if I can get a better view, is this one here. Okay, so there's a little push tab, and then you have to pry out. So I'm gonna do that off camera because I need both hands to do so. Okay. So here's a close-up. All right, so I have the two sensors here. This is the downstream, and the way that I know is because of the connector. So there's two different connectors. This is the upstream, and this is the downstream. Okay, now this one is shorter than the original one that was already in the car. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick it in like this, okay, and then once we get it screwed in, we're gonna tuck the wire behind there and then bring it in here. Okay, I'll do that off camera. Okay, so I was able to get it tight as much as I could with this combination here. Okay, next I'm gonna check it with this one, just to see if I can do any more turns, and then plug it in. Okay, now we have the new sensor in. Pass the cable through the back of this firewall, and underneath, and then we were able to plug it in. Now what we're gonna do, just to do the test, we're gonna connect the hoses. We're gonna put these three back where they go. We're not gonna bolt them in. We're just gonna we're just gonna connect them, turn on the car, and see if we're getting any codes. Okay, so I just went ahead and placed the hoses in. They're not bolted on yet, so I'm gonna turn on the car and give it a try. Okay, so I have the car on now. This is after changing the sensors. I just connected the scanner. Let's just see what it gives us. Okay, so no codes, so that's good. Now we just have to drive it around so that it's ready for inspection. So all of these that say INC that are incomplete, they should turn to okay. Alright, so I hooked up the scanner and we can see that the catalyst monitor and the O2 sensors are now okay. So thanks YouTube. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.